There's nothing that gives me so much joy as hearing my students testify of how they are able to make money from their sites. And because of that, in this particular class, I'm going to be showing you AdSense approval tips that I use for my own blogs and how I've been able to use these same tips to get my blogs successfully approved for Google AdSense. Now, remember in the last class I told you that Google AdSense is one of the best methods to make money from your blog using display ads. Now, even though it's one of the best methods to make money from your site and also one of the easiest methods to make money from your site, it is also the most difficult thing to get right now when it comes to blogging. The reason is because every day AdSense policies are getting tougher and tougher, and more people are being rejected on a daily basis after applying for AdSense approval. Now, if your blog is successfully approved, you'll be able to make money just like as I'm doing with this particular blog now. You'll be able to make money by having these ads displayed on your blog, and whenever your readers click on any of them, you get paid. So you need to have or you need to follow some certain rules and regulations to get your blog approved for Google AdSense. Now, it's not just enough to just go to adsense.com and apply. You need to be sure that your blog is ready. You need to be sure that your blog will be approved before you apply. Even if you're not sure that your blog will be approved, but at least you need to be sure that you have or that you have applied all the tips I'm going to share with you in this particular video. So here is how to get your blog approved for AdSense. Now, the first thing to do if you're going to have your blog approved for AdSense is to ensure that your blog is up and active. Don't go and register a domain today and use that domain to go to Google and apply for AdSense where your blog is not in existence. No. Or go to get a blog that is still in construction, a blog that is not yet fixed, and start applying for AdSense. Maybe because the blog was built today and set up today, you just rush quickly to go to adsense.com and apply. No, you need to wait until your blog is at least 1 month old. Your blog must be at least 1 month old before you apply for AdSense account. Now, that's not a must, but it is a golden rule, as in it helps your blog to gain approval faster. Allow your blog to stay at least 1 month old. Within that time frame, AdSense would have noticed that your blog has left the construction stage, because every new blog within the first 1 month is always being constructed. Much editings are going on every new blog within the first 1 month. Now, if you are not yet following my page on YouTube, if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, quickly go to YouTube, type in Trispark Digital Technologies on YouTube and subscribe to these videos, to my channel there, so you don't miss any of these videos. Okay, so now let's go back. Now, the first thing to do, I said, is to ensure that your blog is at least 1 month old. Now, after that, the next thing to do is to ensure that your blog has what is called legal pages. Now, the legal pages on your blog are the About Us, the Contact Us page. Can you see mine here? About Us, Contact Us, the disclaimer, and the privacy policy. Now, each of these must not even have a particular length. They can just be 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs, and here the details that are needed there. For instance, in the About Us, you can see I just wrote something short. I think just a couple of lines. I just wrote something short. Okay, I just have 1 line here. This is an education blog to find international scholarship jobs and much more, just something like that. But you can also have 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs in your own About Us. Now, another thing is to have your Contact Us. The Contact Us is where information concerning your blog, how to reach you, will be found. So just make sure that you have a Contact Us where you just put, you can send us an email at so thing. You can even put your phone number there. Then aside from that, you can also have your disclaimer. Your disclaimer is not a must, but it is important. The disclaimer there is where you tell people that this information on this blog is only for information purposes. Your blog is not to be taken beyond what it is meant for another thing. Okay, your blog shouldn't be taken for another thing beyond what you have here on the information section. Now, another important page to have on your blog is what is known as privacy policy. Can you see it? Privacy policy. Now, this privacy policy is what tells your readers how you are going to treat their personal information. It tells your readers how you are going to treat their personal information, what you are doing with their personal information. Now, you can just have something as short as I have here, or you can have something very lengthy. where you go into details by telling them everything about your blog and how you are using it. Now, there's something important that you need to have, but it may not be able to display it. So I'm going to open a new tab in the a new private tab and open this same blog now, so you see it. It's called cookies notification. Cookies notification. Let me open that same blog so you see that same cookies notification that will not show in the other one, because I've already accepted cookies in that other one. Now, the cookies notification is what tells new readers that this blog has cookies. Now, cookies are like little droplets of tags that, or little tracking droplets that Google will put on your site to follow you wherever you go to that site. They will check what you are visiting, the things that appeal to you, your interests, and the rest of them. So Google monitors people using that cookies. Of course, it's not for harm, it's just for advertisement purposes. Now, web owners also use that same cookies in their analytics to check details about their visitors, where they are coming from, what devices they are using, the pages they visit on their site, and the rest of them. So if you look at this place, you see that cookie notification is hanging there on my browser. Look at it. We do not use, we use cookies on our website to give you the most relevant experience by remembering your preference and repeat visits. You see, now these cookies tell visitors from different countries that, yeah, you are going to have information of their visits, and this is how it's going to be like. And then it will give them the option to accept those cookies or not to accept them. Now, if they accept the cookies, this notification will be gone. Watch what will happen now. Accept. You see, the notification is gone and it won't show up again. So many of you have visited websites where you have this cookies notification popping up on your screen and you just accepted it without even knowing what it means. So Google wants you to have this particular thing on your blog before your blog can be approved for AdSense. Of course, it's not a must if you are in countries where privacy policies are not really taken seriously. But if you are having visitors from Taiwan countries, for instance, USA, Canada, Australia, and many countries in Europe, you need to have these cookies notifications set in your site, on your site. Another thing is, if you're targeting users from California, you need to have it fixed. So to do that, you can just download a plugin, just type cookie policy in the WordPress plugin directory and download a plugin for that. Just activate the plugin, or you can download it from Google directly and later on you upload it on your blog. But the fastest way is to simply go to your dashboard here, then go to your plugin directory in your dashboard and get it done. Now, aside from these things, another very important thing you need to have ready is unique content. Unique content means that your articles must be solely written by you. You mustn't go and copy and paste what somebody else has written somewhere and come over here and paste it. For instance, you use Incognition or something like this, just visit people's website and start copying posts. You mustn't go to somebody else's blog, copy their post, and go to your own blog and paste whatever you have copied from there, hook, line, and sinker, expecting that Google will approve it. No, Google can trace wherever you are copying anything from. So the best thing for you to do is to read other people's works and come up with your own points, come up with your own write-ups. Just do a research, read what people have written, not one person, not two, not three. If it's more than three, you know it is now a research. So read what other people have written, come up with your own content in your own words. Give them credit where you need to give them credit, but make sure the other or the major part of the articles are written in your own words. Don't go and copy other people's works, hook, line, and sinker. So your articles must be unique. Aside from that, your images too must be copyright free. Some of you do a mistake. Whenever you want to make a post, you just go online, download any image you see, and post it on your site. Now, that's not a healthy practice. The reason is because some of the images you see online today already have companies that has placed copyrights upon them. So you don't need to download every image you see. Just if you want to download an image, or if you want to create a post, you can simply create an image by yourself. But if you cannot, simply go to your browser here, type in something like let's say you need a female picture, just type female picture, but at the end put like hyphen pizza bay or pizzles or Shutterstock or any of these things. Now, the moment you put this, okay, Google will bring up free images from these platforms. You can also put here free female picture, then pizza bay, and then type. So the moment you enter, it will show to show you these images, just click on it. Just click on any of these pictures that appeal to you. For instance, you click on this one now, and you can see free image on Pixabay. Can you see that right up down here? Free beauty portrait, free image on Pixabay. So what you need to do is, having seen this thing now, you can then maybe download the picture and use it for whatever you want to use it for. But if you're not going to do that, create your own image from the scratch. That's how to have your your blog, you know, using images that are not copyright materials. Then another tip that will help you in getting your blog approved for AdSense is that you need to also make sure that your blog does not have content within it that are against AdSense policies. For instance, content on gambling, pornography, suicide, and several other things that the society frowns at. Content that contain information promoting alcohol, promoting gambling, promoting several other things, promoting pornography, the sale of guns, the sale of drugs, and several things like that. So ensure that your blog doesn't have such information on it before applying for AdSense approval, because they will not be accepted. It will not be accepted. So go for other types of content that has nothing to do with gun sale, promoting of violence, or promotion of what's it called again, drugs, or anything related to societal vices. Now also make sure that your blog is not kicking against gay rights. It's not kicking against any law or anything that USA has approved as a law. Okay, so because AdSense is owned by a US and UK company. I mean, it's owned by an international company that operates mainly in USA and UK. So make sure that your blogs are not kicking against their policies or their laws. Are you hearing me? Make sure that your blogs are not kicking against their policies or their laws. That's one of the ways you get your AdSense account approved faster. Then the next thing you need to pay attention to when you are applying for AdSense account is your niche. Your niche is very important. This is because several niches today are overpopulated. For instance, the education, the entertainment niche and the gossip niche. These two niches are already overpopulated. So they have so many people applying for AdSense accounts on a daily basis. You may not get approved easily. Go for less competition niches. For instance, religion and other niches that people are not so much in it. For instance, the loan niche, customer care niche, and the rest of them. Now, after your blog is approved, you can then change your post to whatever you want, or whatever you want to have on your blog. Okay, so go for less competitive niche at the beginning. Dog niche, niche that talk about caring for cats, for pets, and the rest of them. A religion niche, loan niche, and the rest of them. So what these niches that are not having so much competition right now, you can go for them. After your blog is approved, you can now decide to change it to whatever you intended to use the blog for from the beginning. Now, apart from these things, the last but not the least tip I'd like you to pay attention to when you're applying for AdSense accounts is the length of your post. Now, don't just go and apply for AdSense accounts using a post that is just maybe, let's say 500 words. Don't just go and use a post 500 words or 300 words or 200 words and apply for AdSense accounts. Okay, use a post that is at least 1,000 words. I wanted to open one post for you now, but the network is disturbing, so I'm just going to leave it. Use a post that is at least 1,000 words and apply. You get approved faster when you use a post that is at least 1,000 words and apply. Now make sure you have up to 20 posts or 25 posts that each of them is at least 1,000 words on your blog before you apply for AdSense approval. Now, if I'm going to be the one to apply, I always like to have my blog post up to 30, and each of them will be a minimum of 1,000 words before applying for AdSense accounts. And if you apply with this number of words and this number of articles, the probability of getting approved is far higher compared to somebody who just apply with his articles 100 words, 150 words, 200 words, and lesser number of words like that. So go for at least 30 articles on your site, and also go for at least 1,000 words per article on your site. Now, the more words you have on your site, the more content, the more valuable AdSense sees your blog or your content. Okay, if you look at this place, you find out that it is written boldly that AdSense values your content. So you need to give them something that they can value. You need to give them posts that are enough, okay, that they will see this thing has enough value in it. You need to give them a blog that they will see value in before they will approve it. Now, if you are also having difficulty getting your blog approved after applying all these tips that I just mentioned in this post, the last thing you should do, of course, this one is not mandatory, that's why I didn't include it as one of the major tips, but the last thing you should do if your blog is not still being approved after you have done all of these things is to send small traffic to your blog. Now, depending on your niche, AdSense may need you to have a few traffic before they can approve your blog. So you can get traffic from places like Facebook and other digital platforms right now on the internet. Okay, so in the next post or in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to generate traffic from different platforms to your blog. Until then, go to adsense.com and apply for your AdSense account if your blog has followed these tips, or if you have followed these tips that I shared here to set up your blog properly. I wish you good luck, and I hope to hear you say your blog has been approved successfully. Thank you.